Senior Moments, sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group on News Talk KVNU, 102 FM and 610 AM.
Good morning and welcome to the Senior Moment Show. We're back again for another fun show, Sid.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's good to have you. Sid's my co-host. I'm Bruce Lee. We're back again this week for a discussion on independent living, actually, and the Pioneer Valley Lodge, which is one of the independent living facilities here in town. Richard Watkins is our guest. He's new down there. Welcome, Richard.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're glad to have you. Before we get started in that conversation, though, we have business to attend to, Sid, and that's your job.
Yes, always. I get to talk about our sponsor, which is the Empowering Seniors Group, a group of professionals that has dedicated their time and efforts to provide information to seniors, their family members, and really anybody who cares, and we do so via this radio show. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors Group, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info, or you can email us at empoweringseniorscv@gmail.com, and the CV stands for Cache Valley. And lastly, if you have any suggestions for this show, any guests you'd like to see us invite, any subjects we haven't touched, please call me personally at 435-512-606.
60 what?
Wow, I'm getting my own number wrong. 6406.
6406. You better do that one more time.
Okay, it's 435-512-6406.
Okay, now that we have that covered, just so you know, I have personally called that number, and Sid does actually answer.
I do. We're in Cache Valley. Just don't call after 8, please.
She means 8 at night.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Thank you, Sid, for sharing all that, and thanks to the Empowering Seniors Group for sponsoring the show. Richard Watkins is now down to Pioneer Valley Lodge. He's been there for relatively new, right, Richard?
Yes, relatively new, just about a month yet.
Yeah,
right
so
now.
why don't you just kind of introduce yourself a little bit. Tell us about how you came to be down there and maybe why you like being down there.
Okay, well, a little bit of personal background. I was born here in Cache Valley. My parents moved to Clearfield when I was 8. I found out where they moved to. They had to take me back. But when I transplanted back here, I had done several been involved in several different occupations. This one interests me a lot because of I'd been through some changes with both my parents and my mother-in-law. And I felt like it was a good way to help contribute back to those who have a little more senior than us, but hopefully we'll get there. I want somebody to look after me. I do have an interest in people.
That's great. Yeah, in my profession as a real estate agent, I often encounter people that are getting into the later stages of life and then look at all their options. And what I find, and I'm going to give you the opportunity to explain, is that a lot of people don't even understand the difference between independent and assisted living.
Right, and I do encounter that. Independent living, what we provide, succinctly, we are caring, we don't provide care. So someone in our community is independent. They can take care of themselves for the most part. Travel, they may have a few, maybe they're not driving, but we will provide transportation for them. If somebody in our community needs somebody help monitor medications, they can have somebody come in to do that. But as our community, they're on their own basically to help find, and we will help them source that information and those people.
So just to put it in other words, what you're saying is that in your facility, everybody still is their own boss. They can come and go as they please. They can either participate in the meals or not. And they're not bound to do or not do anything other than maybe not be too loud. But
Exactly, yes.
Does that mean they're not going to let you in, Sid, the too loud part?
Yeah, probably not.
Yes, we will. Anybody 55 and older is welcome to our community. So I'm not putting you, Sid, in that classification yet.
Oops.
But they do. They want to be. They are independent. They've lived their life, and they want some security, plus also alleviate some of the responsibilities that homeowners have, yard maintenance, and so forth. They come into our community because they like social aspect. We have a lot of people who are very socially active in outings, in just providing certain activities. We have activities going every day, and it allows them to get out. Some people that choose to stay home, they may not get that interaction. They may just isolate. This is what I feel is a very healthy environment, mentally and emotionally and physically, because as you mentioned, we do provide 3 meals a day for them.
So as you think about kind of the ideal candidate for somebody who's looking at this type of a solution, what kinds of things would you say they're thinking about? What kinds of challenges do you think they start to face that would maybe have them look at something like this?
Well, usually it's something, some event has occurred recently, and recently could be a couple of years ago. Maybe the death of a spouse. Maybe they're just not physically able to do as much as they could before. So alleviating those responsibilities I mentioned is something that they're looking forward to, so they can pretty much relax and enjoy this part of their life that they're in.
So what all is included in regards to, obviously, because there was don't you even have, now that I'm thinking about it, is there even a little garden plot that if somebody wanted to do a little bit of gardening, they could?
Yes, there is, and we do provide that. And we do have, well, just a few things to mention. I believe I mentioned earlier transportation. We have outings, and they can schedule transportation if they need to go to the doctor. We do have a hair salon on the property, so they don't necessarily have to go out to get that done. They can if they like. We have fitness equipment, game room, library, walking paths, patio, and pets are welcome also.
Great. And what other services do you provide? So you got some house cleaning services are involved or not?
Yes, house cleaning services are involved. We come in and do light duty cleaning once a week for them, change their linens and towels. All the maintenance is taken care of also.
Okay, great. We're already at the end of our first segment here. I do want to talk quickly about our sponsor again, which is the Empowering Seniors Group. And after the break, we'll give Richard a chance to mention the location and a phone number for anyone who is interested in checking out Pioneer Valley Lodge. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors Group, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info, or you can email us at empoweringseniors.cv@gmail.com. The CB stands for Cache Valley. We're going to take a little break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Oh, it seems like yesterday I was playing with my kids on the playground.
Seems like yesterday I was building a treehouse in the backyard.
Time goes by too fast, but there is something you can do to ensure you're taken care of down the road. I'm Tracy Ferris with Quality First Insurance. A long-term care insurance policy is something we all need as we get older. If you wait until you need it, you're too late. Let me help you understand the options and benefits of long-term care insurance. Call me today, 435-752-0101.
This is Mark Thurston with White Pine Funeral Services. The best time to plan is when you have time to plan. Having a prearranged funeral gives peace of mind for everyone involved. White Pine will customize your final wishes to fit your needs, from a traditional burial to cremation to a custom headstone. White Pine also accepts prearranged plans from other mortuaries, and we will absorb any transfer or revocation fees. No penalty to you. Visit whitepinefunerals.com or come and see us for more information.
White Pine Funeral Services, here when you need us most.
Is your pharmacy closing? You have a choice of where to transfer to. May we suggest Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram? Reed's Pharmacy was named Best of Northern Utah, Silver Medalist Pharmacy. They have been open for 52 years and offer free prescription delivery to all of Cache Valley. Just stay home and they will bring your prescription to you. Need help remembering to take your meds? They have a free bubble packing service for convenience. For more information, call Reed's Pharmacy today at 245-DRUG.
This is Brian Erickson for the Sunshine Minute. Each day, our nurses, CNAs, cooks and servers, housekeepers, laundry staff, music, recreation therapy teams, office staff, receptionists, and many more arrive around the clock. These heroes show up ready and willing to serve and protect our residents and clients. We are so grateful to our dedicated team. On behalf of the Board of Sunshine Terrace Foundation and our community, thank you to all of our employees for keeping us safe. We bring more to life together.
Welcome back to the Senior Moment Show. If you're just joining us today, we're talking with Richard Watkins. He is with Community Outreach for Pioneer Valley Lodge, which is in North Logan. We're going to get all those details in just a second. But I forgot we have something very important to talk about because we did kind of talk about Sid's age here just a second ago, but she recently had a birthday. Happy birthday, Sid.
Happy birthday, Sid.
Just want to say happy birthday.
Thanks.
On the air. So we can all have well-wishers out there wishing you a happy birthday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Richard, we were talking about Pioneer Valley Lodge, and I guess just for anybody who's been listening and might be thinking about wanting more information about Pioneer Valley Lodge and how that works, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Yes, they're welcome to give me a call at 435-792-0353. And we are located at 2351 North, 400 East in North Logan. And
that's just across from the specialty hospital, right?
It is. Yep, Cache Valley Hospital. And I'd be happy to meet them there, even feed them lunch if they'd like to come and really have an experience of our community.
That's great. So is it better to set an appointment with you, or can I just walk in?
Yes, walk-ins are always welcome. I would encourage setting an appointment so we can gather a little bit of information and then schedule possibly a time for you to have lunch or dinner with us.
Well, what's really important there is what time is lunch? Because if I walk in, I want to be able to eat. What time would I do that?
That would be at 12 o'clock, noon time.
And for dinner time, what's that?
That is 5 p.m.
See, Sid wants dinner. I'm okay with lunch.
As long as it's edible.
As long as it's edible. Well, actually, that brings up a good point. What kind of food do you guys serve?
It's impressive. Everything is made fresh from scratch. We have 2 chefs, and the crew works all the time preparing the foods and the desserts. Just this past Sunday, we had a brunch, and we do have activities and other events that the public are welcome to join us at also. But the food, we usually have 3 different options for the lunch and dinner, so to accommodate the different nutritional needs and appetites of the community.
And how is it with, I assume every apartment is equipped with like a refrigerator and a microwave, so if somebody, or do you offer any in between, any snack items also? How does that work?
Well, yes, there are refrigerators. They can, in each room, in each apartment, they can bring in a microwave. We also provide snacks down in the dining area they can pick up at any time.
Are there full apartments there with a full kitchen? Or what does that look like?
They have a sink and refrigerator and cabinets. They could bring in a microwave. Everything else we would provide down at the dining room.
Gotcha. And we talked about that there are options for different types of food, but what is the food like? What kinds of entrees do you serve? What are some examples of?
Well, that's a very good question. We had one for today, seafood. On Sunday for our brunch, we had prime rib. We had filet mignon. They're going to have cream Parmesan pasta turkey with meatballs. So it.
But they have choices too, right?
They
So
do.
if they don't like that.
Correct. Yes, and one of the choices is a heart healthy choice.
Now you made me hungry.
You're welcome.
Well, let's maybe talk a little bit. Before the show, I was asking you some questions because in my past experience with clients in real estate, people were very reluctant to give up their current home, and they weren't sure if they were going to like the idea with the independent living facility. And so what's your policy? Can I just come and try it out? What does that look like? What do the contracts look like?
Well, the agreements are month to month. So if it doesn't work out, they're not locked into some long-term agreement.
So that means that somebody could actually just move in for a month, see how it feels, and then if they don't like it, move back into their house?
Correct. I would try to discourage that. But we can arrange for them to stay a night or two and get a feel for the community, a little sense of what the change would be for them.
Yeah, I was going to say it would be to move in for a month. That's a pretty good commitment because you got to move your furniture in and a bed and all that kind of stuff. Because these are like apartments; nothing in there is provided. But if they stay overnight, to a night or two, is that what you said? How long can they do that?
A couple nights.
Nights, and that's like a hotel room, isn't it? Or
Yes.
it's appointed like that. Do you have full bed?
We do have a full bed, a guest room that they would be staying in that provides everything but their clothing. But we do encourage them to bring clothing because we're not that type of community. Sorry.
That's good to know.
I don't know if there's an option for that in Utah.
Let's maybe talk a little bit on what type and maybe not what, maybe we can also mention what you currently have open, but in general, what type of apartments do you have? Do you have like studios, 1-2 bedroom?
Yeah, great question. We do have studios, 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom. We also have garage facilities available. There is a waiting list right now for that. Those are available. The studios, well, let me just preface this. Each of the apartments has a patio or a balcony. They're very comfortable. Square footage will vary, but very adequate for what our residents currently need. And that is something that we want to really understand about their lifestyle, where they've been, where their current situation is, what they would be comfortable in.
So do you even see your residents downsize, that they come in from a house and they go into a 2-bedroom and then after, a while they realize, maybe a 1-bedroom would be sufficient? Does that happen?
It does happen, yes. And that is definitely something we will accommodate.
So how many rooms are there?
There are 117 total with a good variety of sizes and again,
And I assume there are vacancies.
There are some vacancies, yes, right now. The majority of those are studio.
Okay. So, in the reverse, I assume it's also possible to get into a studio apartment, get on a wait list for a 1 or 2 bedroom, correct?
True, yes. And we do have some couples that want to make a change, so they will do exactly that.
Okay, great. Well, we're already coming up on our second break here, and I want to give you a chance, Richard, to mention your phone number and location one more time.
Yes, the phone number is 435-792-0353, and we are located at 2351 North, 400 East in North Logan.
Thank you, Richard. This is the Senior Moments Show. We are visiting today with Richard Watkins. He is the Community Outreach for Pioneer Valley Lodge. And again, our show is sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group. If you'd like to learn more about Empowering Seniors, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info. We're going to take a little break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Did you know that one of the greatest threats to our quality of life is a fall?
1/3 of Americans 65 and older, and 1/2 of those over 80 will fall this year. Many will never be the same again, and some will never return to their homes. This is Bruce at Comfort Care. One of the ways we can help people stay in their home is through our free in-home fall protection survey. Let us help you identify these fall risks. Call us at 754-7676. Comfort Care, 754-7676.
You have a lot of options when it comes to buying or selling a home. Do you list it online, sell it yourself, or do you have a realtor help? It's a major financial and emotional decision. A realtor is the liaison between buyers and sellers and really helps you navigate complex contracts, deadlines, and disclosures.
Hi, this is Sid Roeder with Achievement Realty. I work for you to get the best outcome for your situation. Let me earn your trust with a free consultation and a free market analysis. Call me today at 512-6406. Then list it, sell it, and move on.
It's tough knowing how to care for an aging parent. Mom has always been there for me, but now I need to be there for her. When we found out she needed surgery, I wondered how I could attend to her needs and still be mom to my kids. I was so relieved to learn about transitional rehab at Maple Springs in North Logan. From the nurses to the physical therapists, it was like their whole staff was focused on helping Mom get better. Maple Springs in North Logan was an answer to my prayers.
Learn more at maplespringsnorthlogan.com or call 753-9400.
Welcome back to the Senior Moment Show. If you're just joining us today, we're talking with Richard Watkins, who's the Director of Community Outreach at Pioneer Valley Lodge, which is out in North Logan, across the street from, actually, Alpine Orthopedics, Cache Valley Hospital out that way, if you're familiar with that area. And we're talking about independent living and what that is, and for people who might be thinking about whether or not that might be an option for them that they might enjoy. Once they pull the trigger on something like that, and they've moved in and they begin their life in an independent living facility, what kinds of things are they doing? What's that look like?
Well, good question. We have, again, a lot of activities planned, which they can choose to participate in or not. Again, their day may start off with breakfast at 8 a.m. And if you can imagine, all 3 meals, you're sitting down like you go to a restaurant and being served, your order taken and being served. And then once you're completed with breakfast, maybe you'll get onto one of the excursions with our bus. Yeah, so some of the things that we've done in the past are gone to make trips to the movie theater, gone up the canyon to see the big snowman. They may.
What's the big snowman?
The big snowman. I believe it's up by Tony Grove.
Oh, really?
It's probably.
You haven't seen it, Bruce? It's amazing.
15
it's
feet
huge.
tall.
I might need to make a trip to go see the big snowman. I didn't even know about it. Maybe I can hop the bus at Pioneer Valley Lodge.
There you go.
If you have a doctor's appointment, you can schedule to have our bus take you to that appointment. Just schedule it the day prior. Every Thursday, we have a group that goes up to the temple. Maybe you'll go to a doctor's appointment.
So lots of different
so
things.
So a lot of
What about activities?
Things. Activities. Well, a few that we have this month, we've been exploring mainly a cruise theme. We're taking them virtually to Norway, to England, give a little background on each of the places that they'll be visiting. Nottingham, England, Olden, Norway, and learn some of the history there. They might go, we do balloon volleyball. We have trivia races. We have activities as far as keeping active of
What if I'm kind of a homebody? You know, it's great. I might want to do some activities once in a while, but maybe I'm not that interested in doing them all the time. How's that look for me? Am I good?
Yeah, you're good. We do have a library, an exercise room, which we will be remodeling. We're going to be doing some remodeling, upgrading of the facility, of the community shortly. But yes, if sometimes you don't want to interact with other people, you can grab a book, go to the library, or take it back to your room. You can play billiards. We have a putting green. Take a walk around the facility. Wake yourself up in this cold, chilly air. Beanbag football. Lots of different options. We have something for everybody in that community. Plus, we get feedback from the community on what they want to do, and that's what we do.
I was just going to say, so how much do you have a lot of resident-driven activities? I could imagine that maybe some of the ladies have some handicraft groups that they do, and can they use, so is there rooms that they can schedule with you to have space to meet and do self-driven activities?
Yes, we have an activities room. They would just schedule that, and we have people sign up. We promote any of that they want to do. There have been several topics brought up recently that we are looking into and making sure that we do provide those for what the community residents want. Definitely.
I know that one of the concerns about moving out of your home is when you have family over for special activities. What if I want to do something like that?
That is included, so we just schedule that, and again, we have an activities room you can meet in. We had one of the residents celebrate her 80th birthday last week, and her family came over and filled up the activity room, had lunch, just a private family party, and it was very easy to do. They didn't have to schedule anywhere else to go. They knew where grandma is, and that's where they held it, and very comfortable with all the amenities that we have to provide.
Thank you, Richard. We're sadly already coming up to the end of our show, so I want to give you one last chance to mention the phone number and your location, so if somebody is interested in getting in touch with you, they can give you a call.
Appreciate that, Sid. Okay, the phone number is 435-792-0353, and we are located at 2351 North, 400 East, in North Logan, across from the Cache Valley Hospital Orthopedic Center.
Thank you, Richard, for coming in. It was fun to talk to you and learn about Pioneer Valley Lodge. This is the Senior Moments Show. We are at the end of our show. To our listeners, we hope you tune in again next week.